Hey everyone, Matt here, and welcome back to Hiveswap Friendsim. I'm recording this roughly directly after finishing the other recording of Volume 1. We are returning to do Volume 2 this time on the Hiveswap Friendsim Re-Run, basically. Volume 2 of Aesthetics, Crimson, and Otherwise. Now, as a little recap real quick, not the text on screen, I am doing this rerun series because of a game called Friendsim 2, an unofficial sequel to both Pester Quest and Hiveswap Friendsim, which is releasing its final volume as of April 13th, which is in about 1 day as of recording this, of me recording this at 2:30 in the morning. So, it's lovely. Anyways, you stumble through the streets of a strange alien world. Ever since you crash land on this hostile planet, you have been desperate. Desperate for information, for provisions, possibly for a bit of medical attention. Along the way, you've had some laughs, embarrassing missteps, and maybe even an encounter with alien meat products. You don't really want to get into it. What you do want to get into is friendship. An entire planet of endless friend opportunities awaits you. Honestly, at this point, you'd make friends with one of those weird purple bushes. You're not picky. Wait, you see something in the distance. Or perhaps someone? Oh, God. I forgot how to pronounce these names. Amisia, Erden, and Cirava, Hermod. Let's go with good old Amisia. Name I cannot pronounce. Lo, what light breaks... Fuck. Lo, what like... Fucking... I can't speak. Lo, what light... Lo, what light break... Fucking shit. I am struggling. Lo, what light through yonder weirdly organic architecture breaks. A small figure approaches. Oh my gosh. You are so far, you've swallowed quite a few insults in regards to your looks and intelligence level. You aren't really the type to let the shallow opinions of others get you down, but it's been kind of a rough day. You brace yourself. Cute! Oh! She gives you a sweet, sincere smile. I've never seen anything like you. It's giving me all sorts of new ideas. Boy, you do hope some of those ideas are about friendship. Now that you've got a taste of it, you are hungry for more. You take a stumbling step forward, and your ribs remind you that although the potential of camaraderie is enough to improve your mental health, it can't cure acute injuries. Oh, you don't look so good. Come inside. I've been looking for new contributors. Contributors? Could she mean friendship contributors? No, that's dumb. Maybe she wants to run some sort of alien newspaper that she wants you on staff. She looks a little young for that. But what the heck do you know about alien management hierarchy? Follow her to a nearby building. And now that you're looking up from your ravenous hunt of companionship, you notice that you wandered into kind of an upscale part of town. There's a lot less garbage and people collapse in the street. You see one of those spiky robot things, but it's washing a window instead of shooting a laser at a group of children. If that's not high class, you don't know what is. Before you can follow her inside, she turns around in the threshold, blocking your way. Real quick, you don't happen to be an artist, do you? Artistry? Well, as a matter of fact, tell her no, you've never had much of a knack for it. Oh, good. Friendships between artists can be so fraught. Much better to just keep things between artists and art appreciators. That way, no one can get jealous. The girl's smile widens even further. You feel an unbelievable rush of joy. Have you finally found someone who isn't a total fucking maniac? And she brought up friendship without you having to mention it at all. Puts a spring to your step. As much as a spring as possible with your broken arm and misaligned torso. Amisia leads you to an elevator with buttons labeled in spiky letters that make absolutely no sense to you. You realize that probably nothing is ever going to make sense to you again. That's okay, your hierarchy of needs has adjusted recently. Your new friend, you're jumping the gun with this descriptor because you are feeling seriously good about this encounter, stands in the corner of the elevator, wringing her claws. I wish I'd known I was going to have company. I would have climbed up a little. It's been a while since I met anyone new. You sure that whatever disaster her house is, it can't be worse than some other places you've seen here. Although you kind of get what she means. She's wearing an artist smock that is covered in splashes of paint. Actually, it doesn't really look like paint. But it couldn't be anything else, could it? It's every color of the rainbow. The elevator door slides open and you step into a space that you are relieved to find is totally recognizable. A table overflows with messy palettes and brushes, cloudy jars of water and sponges. Several easels stand beside the window to catch the light of the two moons, and a number of canvases lean against the wall, turned so you can't see what's on them. First things first. Amisia brings you over to a wall screen that looks way more high-tech than anything you have on your now-defunct spaceship, tapping away at a series of unreadable symbols. She then indicates you should take off your sling. Here, go ahead and stick it in here. She seems to want you to put your injured arm into a large hole in the wall, which you do, because you are sure your new friend has your best interests at heart. The hole shrinks down like a blood pressure cuff, sending bolts of agony through you. You want to yank your arm back out, but you don't. Even if it's broken, and you still like having it attached to you. Instead, you shout a lot and thrash your other limbs around. Calm down, you big wriggler. It's like you've never seen a medicalizer before. If you don't stop moving, it won't work. Tears spill down your cheeks, but you force yourself still. You'll bear the pain. You'll do it for your friend. She's looking at you so hopefully, and she's so delicate and pretty, almost angelic. You look at her face and tell yourself it's all going to be okay. Finally, the hole releases you, and you pull your arm back out to find it completely healed. And move your fingers. It doesn't even hurt anymore. Hey, things are looking up. See? I told you. This is great. You're overwhelmed with the urge to celebrate. Be chill about it. You thank Amisia profusely, but you manage to keep it to the strictly verbal sort. Medicalizers are great. This part of the city is great. You really need to get more rich friends. You tell her this, throwing in a compliment of her studio while you're at it. See? This friendship stuff is easy. Haha. I'm glad you feel that way. You're obviously really strange and under-socialized, but you don't seem to be a complete cultural idiot. Plus, I think it's really endearing how helpless and trusting you are. You laugh, slightly unnerved. You want to take that as a compliment, but after a recent encounter with another girl in blue, well, it all ended up okay, and Amisia is so nice and friendly, but she keeps calling you cute, which you think is pretty generous of her considering what a disgusting mess you are at this point. Speaking of low bloods, what's your blood color? Just out of curiosity. Blood color. You aren't really sure what she's talking about, but red? Tell her it's red. She looks a little disappointed. I've got plenty of burgundy. Oh well, good thing I have a delivery coming soon. Hey, do you think you could help me set up a few things before they get here? They? Visitors? As in plural? As in multiple potential friends? Oh, hell yes! You are all over that, especially considering your newly healed arm. You are anxious to display all the simple motor functions you can perform. Amisia gives you another radiant smile. You live for those smiles, man. They're just so full of glowing nectar of bromance. Perfect. Let's do this. Work always goes faster with two pairs of hands, after all. Yes, absolutely it does. And even if by that she seems to mean her hands are pointing while she tells you where to put things. You're totally fine with that. Your ribs are still kind of killing you, but you swallow the pain. You are getting pretty good at that. Too bad you can't stick your whole torso in the magical science fiction hole in the wall. Well, maybe you could. But not right now. Right now, you've got a friend to help. Amisia instructs you to clear all the furniture to the edges of the room and lays down a big purple tarp. Apparently, tarps aren't blue on this planet. Amisia answers her phone and then buzzes open the apartment door. She runs over to the elevator with a squeal of delight. They're here! Sorry, I get so giggly about this. It's just been a while since I've had any new paints. Wait, paints? That's what's coming? I think you think about it, there is something pretty crucial missing from this whole artist aesthetic she's got going on here. There aren't many paints. There aren't any paints. No tubes dribbling color or pots with their tops left partially unscrewed. There aren't even any pencils. The elevator opens and 2 trolls come in. They have pretty similar shaped horns and are almost the exact same height. Brothers? Do trolls have brothers? From their uniforms and the douchey swaggering way they walk, you get the idea that they are some sort of law enforcement. That and the 3rd troll in handcuffs they are dragging between them. Thank you guys! You always bring me the best materials. They don't say anything. They just bring the 3rd troll to the center of the tarp and force them in a kneeling position. Then they bow to Amisia and leave the way they came. This doesn't look great. Even before Amisia runs out of the room and comes back with an axe the size of her whole body. You are not loving this! The troll in the tarp trembles and bites back a saw, but they don't say anything or try to run. She isn't really going to do what it looks like, is she? You can't bring yourself to help that this cute little alien girl is going to straight up axe murder a dude right in front of you. Presumably a finger paint with their blood. You stammer something to this effect. Amisia laughs. Well, I don't use my fingers. I'm not a fucking animal. She considers you for a few moments, tapping a claw against her mouth. I know! You can help me! I only ever let one other person help with my work, and she's out of town right now. But you and I have a connection. You feel it too, right? You do. God, you do. You've been feeling it so much lately. For everyone you meet, you thought you had maybe come across someone who would readily accept your platonic longings without putting you through the ringer first. You do want to help me, don't you? You do! You want that more than anything! Amisia looks at you solemnly. Why don't you do the honors? She holds out her axe. I wouldn't offer this to just anyone, but I can tell how special you are. You're trembling. The troll on the tarp is also trembling, but unlike you, they seem to have accepted their fate. Slowly, inevitably, you hold out your hand for the axe, and Amisia gives it to you with a smile. God damn it, you forgot about your broken ribs. And now that you're human and can't just pick up a gigantic fucking axes with one hand. You drop it and it bounces away from you. Like, way more than you think an axe should probably bounce. You look up at Amisia, from where you are doubled over with pain and shame. She laughs and scampers over to retrieve the axe, once again swinging it up without any signs of strain. She doesn't even have any visible muscles. What's this girl made out of? How silly of me. You seem so culturally advanced that for a second I forgot about your natural inferiority. Here, I'll give you a second chance. You nod. Yes, please. A second chance that does not include committing gruesome murder. Usually I just use chains, but I got a better idea. Oh God, you get what she wants you to do. You hesitate and Amisia's smile gets even sweeter. Sweet like poison. Oh? You don't want to help me? The tarp crinkles underneath you as you kneel. You grasp the troll's shoulders and mumble an apology. They continue to say nothing. Amisia is sharpening her axe, which already looks pretty damn sharp. Hold on tight. You try. You really do. Problem is, you try to hold on tight, but at the same time, you try to drag the troll out of the way. Some buried instinct to try to preserve life rising up inside of you. You're weak and injured, though, so all you do is just... So all you end up doing is just flopping both of you a little to the side. Instead of coming down on the neck in a clean slice, Amisia's axe glances off the troll's collarbone, mortally wounding them instead of killing them outright. And now you know why they have not been begging for their life. They don't have a tongue, so they can't beg, but they sure can yell, and thrash, and bleed olive green alien blood all over you in the tarp. God, there's so much blood, it's just spurting everywhere. Jesus Christ, you are such an idiot. Why couldn't you just commit? Now you're covered in dying alien, and so is everything else. Amisia, the work table, and most direly, the canvases leaning against the wall. Amisia takes one look at them and lets out a wail of rage. I can't believe this! I let you into my hive! Into my life! I was planning to let you into my pusher! I thought you were a refined sophisticate! But now I see you're just... Oh, have fun. A Philistine. She gives you a shove toward the elevator. Your ribs are screaming, and so is the bleeding troll. You try babble an explanation. Forget it! I don't want to hear your excuses. Chahat was right. If you want someone killed right, you have to kill them yourselves. You ride the elevator back down, kneeling in a pool of blood and failure. Terrible at murder. Oh well. Because I didn't save again, because I'm speedrunning this shit. That's for goddamn sure. Skip. No. Skip. Get excited and dance your new friend around the room. You try to resist the urge to celebrate. You fail to resist the urge. You take Amisia by your tiny hands and twirl her around the studio. Or you try to. You forget about your busted ribs. You sure are doing that a lot! You let go of Amisia and go careening into one of the tables. Thankfully, not the one covered in art supplies. You hit the corner and go down onto your incredibly sore ass. This is what you get for acting like a huge fucking tool in front of your new friend. Are you okay? Was that some sort of ritualistic rite of healing I've never heard of before? You shrug against the floor. Amisia leans down and picks you up in a bridal carry, despite the fact that she's about half your size. It makes her ribs hurt, but what doesn't nowadays? Amisia lays you down on a weird, lumpy couch. Are you sure you're okay? You look a little... She trails off to nothing. She's looking at your left arm, which you have draped over yourself awkwardly to sort of try and hold your torso awkwardly. That color... At first you think she means the color of your skin, which is different than her light gray. Then you think she means the truly fantastic buffet of bruises you got going on. But then you realize that in your prancing idiocy, you've managed to scrape up the inside of your arm. Blood oozes sluggishly from the wound. Amisia stretches a finger through it. You're half expecting her to put it in her mouth for this to become a whole cannibal situation. Well, since you aren't the same species, it wouldn't really be cannibalism, but still, no thanks. Instead, Amisia just holds her finger up, the drop of blood trembling on the tip. This color, I've never seen anything like it. She dashes off to one of her tables, pulling over a sketchbook and dragging her finger down it. Your blood paints a rusty line down the center. She lets out a little squeak of excitement. This is amazing! What, red? Not red. There's a million dirty little rusties swarming all over the city. I'm drowning in red. This is crimson. It's incredible. You must be some sort of mutant. You're really lucky I found you instead of one of the drones. Lucky? You? Ha! Ha ha! Yes! Very lucky. The luckiest! Though your arm is healed and you're out of whatever doubtlessly weird weather happens on this planet. Maybe Missy is right. Maybe you are lucky. You close your eyes and try to breathe. Zen yourself out. Really center yourself in your own body and all that garbage. Then you open your eyes and wow, you sure aren't centered anymore. In fact, you roll completely to the left as you try and get away from Amisia, who is back and standing over you with a gigantic axe. Watch out! Amisia grabs you, drags you back up onto the couch, and plants her hand on your solar plexus, effectively pinning you down. You'll hurt yourself if you keep flopping around like a beach blubber beast. You want to be friends, don't you? You want to help me with my artistic aspirations, right? You get the feeling that she might be trying to manipulate you. Just the tiniest little suspicion. It's possible Amisia has recognized your intense craving for companionship and is trying to exploit it. You don't like being suspicious of a new friend, but that is a pretty big axe. I don't know what's got you so worried. I just want to show you my axe. Oh, of course. Makes sense. It is a really nice axe. You hold out your hand for it, but of course it's too heavy for you and your hands are all sweaty and you fumble it. Fumble the really sharp weapon. Amisia tries to catch it before it's too late, and somehow in all the wrinkly struggle, you end up getting cut, like, very cut, across both your wrists. In fact, you don't think she could have aimed even better if she'd been trying. Oh, dear. Hard agree. Don't struggle. You'll only hurt yourself more, silly. You don't want that, do you? No, definitely don't want that. Not after what a butterfingers you've proven to be. Amisia gets up to put the axe down, and you kind of lose track of her for a little while. You are bleeding all over a couch, and everything around you starts to go shiny and real. She comes back with a couple little jars that she uses to catch your blood. That's a good idea. You sure are making a mess. You wonder if they are specifically blood jars. They look like jam jars. Alien Jam. Space Jam. God, you love that movie. It's been so long since you've seen it. Definitely the best PG movie about basketball. Way better than that one with the dog and the clown. Do they even have basketball there or here? You ask Amnesia. Amnesia? Amnesia. She just shushes you and brushes your hair back off your forehead. She keeps smiling and saying comforting things. God, she's such a good friend. For too long, you do what? It's honestly a goddamn shock you haven't done before now. You pass out. When you come to, you're propped up against the wall in a weird way that you wouldn't love even if you weren't invalid. And both your arms are jammed in the hole in the wall. The men hole, the glory hole of well-being, the magic sphincter. You grunt and pull your arms back out. They're healed. The cuts on your wrists are just two faded pink lines. You take a step from the wall. Step away from the wall immediately. Hit the ground. And immediately hit the ground. You may not be actively dying anymore, but you did just lose, like, half the blood in your body. Gosh, you're tired. A little giggle makes you turn around, or roll over, since you are still on the floor. Probably not getting up anytime soon. It's fine, you've met worse floors in your life. Amisia is sitting at one of her easels, her hair pulled back beneath a scarf and little round glasses perched on her nose. Jar Your Blood sits next to her, and as you watch, she dips a brush in. I'm glad you're awake. I was a little worried I'd actually killed you back there. She laughs, and you laugh along with her. It's very funny. Actually, everything is funny right now. It's probably the blood loss. Ask her what she's painting. You, of course. You inspired me. Well, right now it just looks like a bunch of red squirrels and some lines. But she only just got started. She's warming up. She sits there on her stool, looking at her palette and chewing on her lip thoughtfully. She looks somewhat nervous. Actually, I want to show you something. I've never shown anyone else. Something I've never shown anyone else. She leaps up from her stool and crosses the studio. You roll to your other side to keep her in your line of sight. You really hope she isn't getting another Space Jam jar. She starts turning around the canvases one by one. They are all blank, except for one, which has a little white note that's just shadow. Every single one of them is blank. You aren't sure you understand. You ask her if these are all just new canvases that she has not gotten the chance to paint on yet. Amisia sighs. No, I've had them forever. I'm just not a real painter. There, I said it. She buries her face in her hands, talking from between her fingers. I'm really good at all the other parts, the materials, the studio. I even make all my own paints. I just never do the actual sitting down doing art part. She just looks so despondent. You wish you could do something, but you don't really know that much about art. And you probably can't stand up yet. You tell her that she looks like she's moving in the right direction, at least. You don't even have a studio, or any brushes or stuff like that. Of course, you have no aspirations to being a painter, but you leave that part out. That's just it. I feel inspired for the first time ever. I think it has to be your messed up, disgusting mutant blood. There's really no other explanation. She takes a knee beside you, picking up one of your limp hands with hers. They're cold, like she's been pressing them to a glass window in winter. Usually, I just finish off my contributors quickly. I don't have time to deal with a bunch of injured lowbloods moaning around my studio. But I can't just use your blood up all at once. You're far too special for that. You gaze at Amnesia. A mist has descended over your vision, and it isn't even the mist of imminent death. I have to keep this precious blood safe. I think you might be my muse. You will never escape! Yay! Alrighty, that's, I guess, part 1 of volume 2. Good God, it's only volume 2. Alright. Cirava. I assume that's how it's pronounced. Yes, a potential new friend approaches, and they almost look as messed up as you are. Whoa, what the fuck, lmao? You an alien? You nod enthusiastically. You sure hope your prospective new friend is comfortable with extraterrestrials. Things could get pretty awkward otherwise. You should really, not be outside, lmao. Freaks like you will get picked off by drones in a hot second. No offense, lmao. You don't like the sound of being picked off by drones. That would really inhibit your companionship plans. You hastily explain to the strange one-eyed troll that you crash land on this planet and are in desperate search of friendship. Your plight seems to move them. Well, shit. If you really don't have anywhere to be. Ugh, I promised myself I wouldn't do anything call risky. But what the hell, lmao? Come with me. Name's Cirava, by the way. You follow Cirava down a twisting stretch of road. Wow, this is going great already. You bet you'll have a new friend in no time. Alright, here's my... Holy shit, a bong! That I probably didn't realize in my first playthrough. You can hide out here for now. Also, troll lo-fi beats. I got a lot of followers who are pretty into aliens. They might get a kick out of this limo. You look around Cirava's hive and they sure seem to have a batshit crazy taste in home decor. Checking out my aesthetic? I worked pretty hard putting this place together. It's all about the look and the BG when you're streaming limo. Don't want my fans to think I live in a fucking dump and spend most of my days depressed and crying limo. You like Moisture Wave? Oh yeah, I love it. You have no idea what the hell a Moisture Wave is, but you don't want to offend your new friend. You tell them you love it. Word. I'm actually streaming some chill beats as we speak. Check it. They gesture toward their strangely bulbous alien computer. On the screen is a GrubTube channel. Lo-fi aesthetic incubated beats. Wow, they sure have a lot of subscribers. You asked them if they drew that very nice anime girl they're using as splash art. Nah, I just ripped off some Eastern Alternian movie and recolored it to look like me. Fucking nailed it, limo. You nod vigorously. That is very impressive. Yeah, I'm kind of a big fucking deal online. I built up my own streaming empire. Worked my ass off, limo. Nursed these beats to health from tragically ill sample loops. It's not all fun and games, though. The life of a popular online guy. You can't even imagine the hardships I've gone through. All in the name of lo-fi chill hop aesthetic moisture wave beats. That shit keeps me up at night. Cirava looks into the middle distance pensively, their one eye filled with poignant emotion. You never knew the life of a streamer could be so vaguely filled with torment. You're moved to cry a single tear. Yeah, you get it. You're really vibing on my emotional frequency, my dude. You know you gotta suffer for popularity. You know enthusiastically. You don't think you've ever been particularly popular, but you're very good at suffering. This is going great! Sigh. I wish I could say more. Really, get all emotionally vulnerable and share my tragic backstory. But ever since the incident, it's been so hard to trust new people, limo. You feel me? The incident? This is so tantalizing. You just know that if you want to make a new friend, you're going to have to get them to confess their deepest insecurities and embarrassing secrets to you. That is how friendship works, goddammit! You place a sympathetic hand on Cirava's shoulder. You know what, my dude? You really want to be friends? Yes! Yes! You can't believe how pain-free and easy this experience has been. What a wonderful new friend you're about to make! You can practically feel the future bro embraces you two will surely share. They feel good. They feel right. You sure are eager. But like, if we're gonna be friends, we have got to work on your look. Your aesthetic is basically hot garbage right now, limo. My followers can't see me hanging out with a fucking rando like this. I'm sure you understand. You aren't quite sure you follow. What's wrong with your look? You've always thought you had a simplistic charm, a face you could put on a logo. You're not sure if you're ready to change up the tried and true classics for this newfangled teen. But you're so thirsty for Cirava's sweet friendship nectar, you need to taste it. You have to taste it! With a friend like them, you could really go places. You could be someone. You could finally be down with the hip youth of today. You tell Cirava you're willing to try anything to get into the esteemed ranks of their friendship list. Well, damn. Hold up, I've got an idea, limo. Follow me. Cirava leads you up the winding stairs of their hive. Lining the walls are pictures of Cirava in strange poses in several different locations. They are surrounded by a few trolls you don't recognize in similarly silly fashions. Fellow members of the Moisture Wave community? Sigh. I've really gotta take this shit down. They're all dead to me, limo. You weren't to ask if they mean that literally or not. But you never know, trolls. But you keep your mouth shut. Best not to offend your new friend. Let's just move on and never speak of this again. Cirava leads you to a fairly large loft bedroom. This room is a bit less ostentatious than the streaming area downstairs. Here we are, limo. Welcome to my respite block. We're gonna get you hooked up, limo. If you're gonna be my new friend, you gotta look the part. For streams and stuff, you know. We'll have to make you a chitter account too. It's good for my image to have friends, limo. The pickings have been pretty slim ever since the incident. On that ominous note, Cirava presses a button on the wall, and a large door opens to reveal an expensive walk-in closet filled with colorful accessories and clothes. That looks like a regular batshit neon shirt apocalypse. Well, have at it. Unless you want me to help you pick out a look, lmao. Pick out your own look. You let Cirava know that you're perfectly fine picking out your own look. You think you can figure out this fashion business easily enough? What could possibly go wrong? This is child's play. Yeah, man. Fashion is just all about, like, what you're feeling. And also what's trending, but you know. We're the ones that start the trends. You strike me as a real influencer, bro. Go for it, my dude. You enter the closet tentatively. As soon as Cirava is outside, your stupid ego deflates like a farting balloon. You don't know the first thing about the hip youth alien fashion of today. This is going to be an absolute shit show, you reckon? You're fully prepared to make an utter fool of yourself. Well, might as well get started. You pick a few accessories off the shelves at random. A bright pink hat? Sure. You tilt it jauntily to the side. You're pretty sure that's cool. Sunglasses? Definitely. That's a no-brainer. No cool guy would be caught dead without a sweet pair of shades. You select the most ostentatious pair available. You think you're getting the hang of this moisture wave aesthetic. You just have to look like the biggest tool possible. Several accessories later. Wow. Radical. Neato. Oh. My fuck. This shit is transcendent. Wow. You got me speechless. Just, damn. Look at you. It's like you're a whole new guy. A much chiller and cooler guy who I now gotta be friends with right now immediately. Now all we gotta do is debut you to my hundreds and thousands of followers, lmao. This is gonna be fucking great. Let's take some selfies. Your heart is soaring! You did it! You did it! You really did it! You're done with the kids. Now Cirava wants to take the coveted selfies with you. This is not going to be going any better. You may look like a complete asshole, but if it can win you popularity with a bunch of alien teenagers, then an asshole you will be. Selling out is amazing. Well, what are you waiting for? Go over here. We're gonna take some. We're gonna take some fees. You pose with Cirava for several selfies. They put their arm around you in a gesture of newly formed friendship. You're beaming with friend pride. Oh, hell yeah. This is turning out great. Damn, we're killing it. Now all I gotta do is post them. Cirava fiddles around with their phone for a while. You're so nervous. You've never been internet famous before. You hope the new fame won't change you too much. Or maybe you do hope it will change you. Change you to someone with a ton of friends. And the likes are rolling in. Oh, yes. I live for this shit. Ha, this one guy's asking if you want any of your quadrants filled. Oh, this girl loves your shades. Damn, a lot of people are asking if you're single, lmao. Don't go for it, though. My followers are fucking freaks, dude. You aren't quite sure what filling quadrant is. Sounds like some kind of fucked up alien ritual. But if it's anything like friendship, you are all for it. Welcome to my twisted internet fame, lmao. Let's chill and listen to some beats. You vape? I got a pretty juicy rig downstairs. Before you know it, you're sitting on Cirava's couch watching them naggle with a horrifyingly elaborate vape rig that appears to be made out of some sort of living larvae. You don't want to know. Cirava places their mouth on what surely must be a bug anus and inhales deeply. The rig makes an awful pitch rattling noise. You think you're going to vomit. Oh man, that's the good stuff. Here you go, dude. You take the trembling insect in your hands. Well, here it goes. Your final hurdle to eternal friendship and popularity. You vape rigorously, inhaling as much as you can. The vapor fills your lungs immediately. It burns. A lot. You suddenly realize you're not quite sure if this alien vape juice is compatible with your anatomy. You could have just inhaled a bug-ass full of poison like a fucking idiot. What a way to die. Your vision swims. Yeah, you got it. Just hold it in, lmao. Tears stream down your face as you hold in your double lungful of insect gas. You sure are glad you have on your pair of cool shades, or you would never be able to live this embarrassment down. You're not sure how long you're supposed to do this? As long as it takes. You can exhale now. You cough and sputter, green vapor spewing from your mouth straight into Cirava's face. You did it! You lived! Oh man, that was sick. Your head feels light and woozy, and you giggle. Haha, yeah, the two of you kick back and relax on the couch and you stare up at the ceiling. Whoa, when did that huge wasp nest get there? Huh, crazy, man. Cirava's music suddenly sounds a lot more interesting. Dude, today has been way chiller than I ever expected, lmao. You're officially my best friend for life. You promise me you'll never betray me, lmao. You promise! This is incredible! You love your new friend. You watch as they effortlessly take another huge rip from their vape rig. I've been burned in the past, lmao. It's not easy being popular online, especially as a low blood. I used to be such a fucking big shot. Got into sassy fights with high bloods on shitter. Always had some shit to say, lmao. Then shit got out of control. I was psionic, so bitches started reporting me as way more powerful than I really am, lmao. Trying to get me all enslaved and shit so I couldn't keep up with my streams. It's all jealousy, you know? My stupid ass friends all turned on me so they wouldn't be targeted next, lmao. So I took matters into my own hands. Gouged out my fucking eye. It was sick as fuck. Can't use me as a battery, bitch. I still got a big following, but I don't really talk online anymore. lmao. Better just stay under the radar and not piss people off. Just be chill. And if I don't get close to my followers, they can't try to use me. Of course that means I no longer have any goddamn friends, lmao. Well, until you. You are truly moved. What a special bond you have formed with a new friend! To have them open up to you about their darkest secrets. This is the most significant and transcendent moment you've ever experienced. The two of you will share a beautiful and tender embrace, the likes of which will never be replicated in this known universe again. For all time. Forever! Probably. You don't really know. You're high as fuck right now. High time! Whoa! Sick. Sweet, and that's it. That's it for volume 2. Shorter this time because I didn't fail as much. But yeah, that's it for volume 2. Like the video, like it. If you want to see more of my content, make sure to subscribe. Stay tuned for the other parts of this, or at least stick around until I start posting Friendsim 2 content. But yeah, stay tuned for volume 3 next time. Have a good day and know you do best. See ya!